What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle, where we're going to strip them and flip them for right now. We're going to spend the next little bit playing a humble game of Fondle Body. So what I need to do right now is let me swap people out. He's full up, right? Okay, so he's pretty much full up. We got a little bit of extra space on him, but not a lot. Let me see what I can find here. We got that gallon of gas, which is pretty much going to set us back so that he can't carry anything else. Cigarettes, little stuff. I'll take little stuff. That's fine. This guy's got a bunch of stuff on him, so I suppose we'll grab his stuff and we'll loot him out. The nice thing is that the coyotes tend to kill people so fast that they usually have all the ammo left on them. That's like the really, really good part, is that typically what'll happen is they'll get killed really, really quickly by the coyotes. It means that you don't get like high-end ammunition, but it means that you do end up with quite a bit of the real... Sorry, you end up with quite a bit of the little pea shooter ammunition. There we go. I can make my tongue work. I don't know what it is. I woke up today and I just like have not been in a correct state of affairs like all day. Like I'm messing up simple stuff non-stop. Non-stop. We need, ooh yeah, parts. I like parts. I like gas too, so let's take that. That all looks good to me. The lockpicks, maybe. I mean, they're not that useful. I haven't used them at all in this playthrough because I'm all about just like kicking the door. I kick doors down. I get my little key on, you know. But anyways, I guess that's knocking doors down. But whatever. Whatever. Did I leave? I know there was parts over here somewhere. In between episodes, I went through some of the loot. And I know one of these guys had a bunch of parts on him that I didn't pick up because I was working on something else real fast. It's like moving microphones around. There we go. Toilet paper. Just in case. You never know. You never know. Like, you don't know you need toilet paper until you need toilet paper. Like, we've all had that panicked feeling before where you're, like, sitting on the john. You turn to the right and, like, the roll is gone. And you're just like, oh, no. And then, like, you like, do that weird, like, stiff-legged waddle walk out to the hallway. Like, the stiff-legged walk. You walk out there, and then there's none in the closet either that you normally keep all the various bathroom sundries in. You're like, oh, no. And it just keeps getting worse. It just keeps getting worse. I think we may have got everything, actually. I thought I left one guy around here with a bunch of parts on him, but I think I'm wrong. Let me reload everybody, though, because I keep forgetting to do that, and it's going to get us into trouble on the long haul. I also need her to heal herself so that tomorrow she'll be back in and have all of her HP back. If you don't bandage people, it takes them a really, really long time to heal, and it sucks for you. Got a bunch of things in here. I'll probably unload that. I mean, I'm just going to take the stuff with me, I guess. We don't need any of this stuff. People have brought that up in previous episodes, like, why are you looting so many firearms? I'm like, well, because we have space and we're headed back to base right now anyways, so I don't know. Just kind of like keep it on me, I guess. So how many parts did we get out of this? 3? That's it? I thought there was more parts here. I know one of these dudes had parts on him, like one of the zombies or something. I'm going to do one last sweep. There's a zombie here somewhere that had 3 parts on him. Maybe I accidentally clicked the van and that's what it was. Ooh, my mouse is getting all weird right now. Got very unhappy with me all of a sudden. My mouse is like, eh. Oh, what's going on with you, mouse? Oh man. That's super whack. Okay, I know what happened. There was a big-ass hair up inside the little optical eye of my mouse, and it was like curled up in front of the optical eye. Never seen that happen before. Like it was in a perfect little snake spiral. It's got to be one of these dudes right here. I guess not. Whatever. Let's just get out of here. I don't want to waste too much time in this episode just trying to grab stuff off dead bodies. It'll be okay. We've got enough parts right now. I'm really hoping that our water purification system is not foobar. If it's in bad shape, then we're going to find that we may have some fairly serious issues to deal with in between here and the next couple episodes. Let's head back to the shelter. I don't think it'll take us much longer than 2 hours to get there. But for right now, barring any special events, which I'm hoping we won't align ourselves with, or at least step into, I think the next place we should look is along the 83 and down the 10. Is the 10 one of your major interstates in Texas? Here in California, it's like the 5 and the 80 and the 680 are like everything over here, but I don't know. I'm not familiar with the highways that run to other places. I know the 80 runs somewhere out to the East Coast. Like it runs west to east really, really far, but other than that, I'm not sure. Everything's been dropped off. The 5 runs all the way from, I don't know, maybe from Seattle down to Los Angeles. It's a north to south highway, so it runs out of ground. However, I'm always impressed by people who are just like, oh yeah, well, we can take the 10 to the 14 to the blah blah blah, and they can do it like all the way across the entire country. I was like, how do you do that, man? How do you do that? You have like a photograph and eidetic memory just for maps? Crazy. Everybody, I always feel like people are more skilled than me. I don't know. My entire life, it sort of felt like most people are more skilled than me, or at least like know more stuff than I do. So I had to make do with being like charismatic. I'm like, well, I'm not smart. I'm not fast. I'm not strong. But I seem to be pretty good at like talking people into things, so maybe I'll just focus on my strong points for right now. Just focus on my strong points. I think we got everybody taken care of. I thought his name was Ryan Reynolds for a second. I was like, oh man, got some Deadpool action going on in here. I have trouble deciding if Ryan Reynolds is like if I want that to happen to Deadpool, because I am passionate about Deadpool. Deadpool is one of the only comics I follow, and I'm sort of on the fence about Reynolds with it. Not sure. Definitely not sure. I saw the trailer, like the test trailer that they did. Seems slightly okay, but what you got to think about is that nailing Deadpool is a lot different. Or it's very, very similar to nailing Spider-Man. Like, he has to be, like, jokey and funny while not being obnoxious and difficult to deal with. So I figured since it was the end of the world and everything, most of this food I took with me is not exactly diet or even really food. And so I'm sitting here stuffing my face with a pudding pie and reading the label, because what else am I going to read? And it struck me that these snack cakes have so many preservatives that they'll probably outlive humanity. And right here on the label, I noticed that these things come from a factory right here in Central Texas, the Holman Snacks Factory in Bellinger. Is that Bellinger? Ballinger, to be specific. So if any of you in the area can get there, you'll probably find a spongy yellow gold mine waiting for you, and no fighting, okay? There should be plenty of diabetes to go around, so share the bounty. I would suck the high fructose corn syrup right out of Chunky the Kid for a few more packs of this delicious frosted cakes. Was that too much information? Apologies. I don't think it matters anymore anyways. Nobody's even listening. We'll go to the second floor and let's sleep it off for right now. Hopefully we don't have any major predicaments that come up in the next day or so. Let's talk to some of our new people. That's what I haven't done yet. Karen, what's up? Anything you like? A greenhouse on the roof would be a nice touch. It's always nice to see plants growing, especially when they mean more fresh food. Anything you want out in the field? Back on the air response team, it was pretty cramped interior, and we were all pretty sensitive about how we smelled. Obviously, I'm not there now, but old habits die hard, so yeah. Deodorant, the strong stuff you can... I think it's weird. Is deodorant even in the game? We haven't found any deodorant this entire playthrough, and yet everybody asks for it. Meanwhile, we found like 700 bourbon, and like some of the other things like hot sauce are all over the place. I feel like deodorant would be easier to find than this. Alright, well, let's ask her a couple questions. Tell me about yourself. I was an air response pilot. I flew a helicopter for a medical response team in and around the Waco area. Craig was a lab tech at a hospital there. We met through a mutual friend and started dating. When things started getting really bad in the area, we took some supplies and friends to the Lampasas shelter. She sighs. I wish I had known ahead of time how bad it was going to be, and I regret every day the friends that went with us and never made it out. So you're a pilot. What sort of things can you fly? Well, technically I've got training on ultralights. Little 2-3-person prop planes, but my focus is really in helicopters. I've flown a few different types, but I think I've got good enough to try out something a little bit unfamiliar. Good luck finding any around here, though. The chopper I flew to Lampasas got grounded by the military there in short order. Otherwise, Craig and I would have tried to get to it. Alright. Well, what can you tell me about the Lampasas shelter? It was crowded, packed way beyond capacity. I think it was, even with the people who didn't want to go too far from their homes. I don't know what happened to those willing to go further, or if they actually got anywhere. Everyone seemed on edge. Food was a little low, and nobody was starving. It was run more like a prison. Asking about anything got you into trouble, and the soldiers clung to their guns like they were always ready to start firing. I never got a single solid night of sleep in that place. Glad you made it out of there alive. Yeah, that's one of those situations I'd be worried about too. Never underestimate the ambitions of a dude with a gun, given power over others. Who else haven't we talked to? Well, it's starting to get crowded around here. It's starting to look like people live here. I suppose we should probably figure out... I didn't pass time already, did I? Nope. I was going to say the shadows look a little bit off. I guess we'll go to bed for right now. Go to bed and end the day. Oh, yeah! And so we got another 146 morale. We are in really, really good shape right now. We've got... I mean, it seems like morale will get you better off, I guess. We've got 10 people at content. I don't know why you lose morale for people being in a good mood. These are all things that I'm a little bit confused about. I think we recovered just about all the fuel that we needed in order to make up for our daily usage. We got 101 preserved food. We used up 54, which leaves us at 710. We're still gaining food. We are still gaining food. I should probably check for level ups too. Looters have done 5 damage to the fence. The earliest they would attack again is day 24. 3 attackers with 1 on guard duty. The fence is now at 89% integrity. Like I said, Vic, I'm real sorry about that. You could have killed someone. It was goddamn idiotic and inexcusable. What's going on here? You tell him. Well, I was gonna clean my gun and I forgot to put the safety on. And, well, I dropped it and it went off. The bullet almost hit Davis. Yeah, I have a hard time dealing with this one because I'd be mad at him too, to be honest. Like, traditional, if you're gonna carry a gun, especially as a cop, you forgot to put, I know everybody makes mistakes, but this one would irritate me too. Alright, well, you two work it out. Don't worry, it ain't necessary anyhow. I'm real sorry, not even close yet. Now let's review everything you learned in training. I figure I'd leave it in between the cops right there. I mean, they got common ground to stand on. It would irritate the hell out of me too if that happened, just because, I don't know, I was raised around firearms. I think most kids in the United States were. I started shooting around the age of 5 or 6 years old was the first time I think I went out with a .22 and a BB gun with my dad and learned to shoot and learn basic gun safety. I mean, obviously in America, we've got in the United States, we have, I always say, never mind. Moving forward, in the United States, a lot of firearms around. A lot of people with a lot of firearms. So you can ignore it and pretend like it doesn't exist, or you can, you know, train your kids not to be interested in guns by just showing them how they work. I think your kids got a lot more like chance to get in trouble if you don't show them the gun. Then they want to get up in the closet and look at it because they're curious, and it's like forbidden fruit, you know what I mean? My dad headed that off at the pass by taking us out when we were real young and teaching us to shoot so that there was no mystery there. Like, I don't remember ever going into the closet and looking for my dad's gun or anything when I was a kid because he took us out to the shooting range every now and again, and so I knew how to load it. I knew all that kind of stuff. Wasn't a big deal. Wasn't a big deal. Well, I think going west is the one direction we really haven't hit that hard. So I figured let's go for it. Let's see what we can find out here. A woman changing a tire. Let's find out. Hopefully this isn't an ambush. There are a lot of ambushes in this game. It gets a little ugly. A stranded woman. She's got a generic name, which makes me worried. Hey, please! You have to help me, please! What's the matter? Please, my car, it's not working and I've been stranded here for hours. Can you just take a look at it, please? If you're all alone, why don't you join my group? Oh, well, I'll think about that. Maybe if you can get my car going. It's the only thing I have left and I don't want to leave it. Alright, let's take a look. I bet she's gonna jump us when we open the hood. I'll pop the hood. After a few minutes under the hood, you fail to find anything out of place, but it's too late, and you hear the sound of several guns being cocked. If it makes any difference, I'll feel bad about this later. What makes you think you're gonna have a later? Where are these guys at? I knew this was gonna be an ambush. Could have told you. Alright, get the guns out. Let's go ahead and take up firing positions. Kind of make like a little line right here. I don't see where they are. It says that there's a bunch of survivalists around here somewhere, but I only see the one. And we're definitely going to kill her when we get out of this. Even if she begs, I'm putting a bullet through that dome, believe me. Oh, that one's got a bow. Jesus. Okay, so the bow is problematic. We need to deal with that. So, since he takes 5 AP, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Go up to there. And maybe go 1 wide to right there. Hell. Let's just get it cracking right now. Oh, shit. Okay, so we got a bunch of firearms coming in here. I'm gonna have... Oh, that dude have an AK? Oh, shit. Okay, so I need... Tweedletime's gonna go over here now. I've changed my mind. Alright, so I need guns out. Let's put Tweedletime over here so that he's the one suffering shots from this side. That one's got a machete. That one's got a bow. Okay, so it's only 5 points of damage. I can't promise all this is going to go real well. But I'm going to put rounds on this guy right this second, because I need him to go. So there's badly wounded right there. Going to return fire for 19 damage. Shit. Hey, the rifleman actually didn't hurt us. Awesome. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when bullets don't make you bleed. Everything is awesome. Alright, so we're over here. And we'll take a swing and a miss right there. On this side, I don't know how I want him to deal with this situation, but I definitely need him on this side to help out. So I'm going to try and move him into a firing position this turn, I guess. On this side, I've got the riot baton. Hopefully we can do a little bit of damage to this lady. Maybe. There we go. She's down. I'm going to step forward and fight with this one right here. We are going to get a bunch of people going to try and come up in here. Ooh. Okay, Elaine just took big damage from a combat machete maybe. I'm not sure. Not sure what that is. Let me put her down real fast. Got no ammo left. I think I will more than likely close ground then. Ah. Bowman are trouble. And Bowman are real trouble. Alright, well let's get up in. We have to start a fight over here. Like if we don't, we gotta get this archer basically like sidetracked and not paying attention. I should have hit her with the knife a couple times. We got the shotgun right here. Yeah, put it on him. Let's go. Get down. There it is. Alright, so we got them taken care of. We're gonna speed on over to the other side. Survivalists are so much worse than coyotes. Oh, and we've got friends. Zombie friends. Everywhere. They're gonna bite us in the face and it is gonna suck. Alright, let's go. Ah, I missed you with the bat. Okay, that's fine. I don't think you should be able to shoot through melee like that. Like, there's usually punishments for people, like, firing ranged weapons in melee in video games like this. Let's go ahead and we'll get started with the knife either way. Show her a little bit of the old mob action right upside the head. Who's in now? He is. He's kind of wounded. I'd rather just take him out of combat altogether. Let's have him run away for a sec because he definitely took some nasty little swipes. Swinging through here. That leaves us with enough for 2 more swings. We should be able to get rid of this archer maybe on this turn. Possibly. I'm not sure. It'll sort of depend. I'm interested in taking a look at that AK over there, though. I don't know if that's an AKM or what it is. I really want to take a look at it. Let's swing. I guess we'll take a swing at this guy, even though we don't appear to be that successful at it. Oh, really? I like the way that the arrows fly. They fly at a realistic speed. I just noticed that, but I'm really pleased with the arrow animation. I don't know why I bring that up now, but I am. I like the way that the arrows look. Down they go. Let's go ahead and handle some of these guys so we don't have to worry about the zombies causing problems. Set that as active. We'll get up in here. We're going to start bludgeoning the brains out of everything that gets in our way. Might as well get looting now. Another Bowie knife, huh? Cool. I like Bowie knives. Can I take this car with me? Does it have a wheel off? I can't tell. The trees are in the way. No, the wheel's fine. Everything looks okay. Tires are looking good. Let's just close and kill this zombie as quick as we can. They're going to bleed out in just a second anyway, so who cares? Actually, Elaine cares. Elaine, get over there and deal with them. I know it's not a pleasant job, but somebody's got to do it. I told you you were going to die. I mean, you had a decision to make, and unfortunately, you pulled the wrong trigger, my friend. You pulled the wrong trigger. You have upset me deeply. Alright, so there's a little damage. I was hoping the arrow would one-shot the, I was really hoping that the arrow would one-shot the zombie. Unfortunately, it did not work out that way. But it would have been awesome. The dead clerk actually critted me. Took damage. Interestingly enough. Seems like we got a couple of Zeds coming in. Oh, we got one coming from the road on that side, too. Okay. Well, you know, things to deal with. There we go. So now that the clerk is out of the way, I would actually much prefer if we could finish off some of these guys on the ground. Just make sure that this zombie doesn't get lucky and come down here and turn this into a cumulative problem, which can happen from time to time. I've had a couple battles spiral like way out of control based on the fact that just like I didn't take care of things that needed to get taken care of, so the zombies came in and bit people, and all of a sudden when there was 4 zombies, there's now 10 zombies and 12 zombies. It starts getting more and more out of hand. I think we should be okay with who we have. She shouldn't get bit right now. She's usually pretty good about that not happening to her, so keep her head down. Get rid of that one, and there it is. That should be the end of our combat. So let me get Elaine. We need to heal people first and foremost. Big time. So Bud's not looking so great. Yeah, Bud's looking real rough. I figure I'll throw some on Tweedletime, too. We've got more than enough medical supplies, so I never quite worry about this stuff. We've got a free candy bar right there. Got another rifle, some combat boots, fresh food. This is what I'm interested in over here. An AK-7. Alright, so we've got an AK-47, some baked beans. I'll probably take that stuff right there, and then we'll strip that for bullets. But other than that, we don't really need to bring that much with us. We'll check the zombie over here. It also kind of depends how far into the area we are. How far from home are we right now? Not even that far. Just go back to the shelter at this point. We've only been gone for like 25 minutes. Throw the stuff into the shelter real fast, and then we'll head back out. Got way too much stuff sitting around for us to not do it. And it used up the larger portion of one of my looter's inventory, so I figure it's not a bad idea. Every now and again that happens. You step right outside your front door and get jumped, and you're just like, well, damn. We also need to fix that fence. It took 11 damage is what they said. It's a lot. That is a lot to have to deal with. Let me go through and click some of this stuff up. Oh, we got another arm guard? Even better. We got some more arrows. Okay. Alright. I guess you could say that our characters are an armed guard. Funny stuff happening at Thunder Castle. It really wasn't that funny. Please don't placate him with laughter. Alright, let's go over. We got Vic Castillo. I mean, honestly, we have so many weapons at this point that I don't even know how to sort through half this stuff. Like, we've got a ton of ish just hanging out over here. I suppose I could swap some people out for... I really, really, really like the lever action rifle. It's a great weapon thus far. It's been probably one of the better guns we've had the entire game. The Bowie knife would be interesting on some people. But let me... Bud, are you carrying anything with you? No. But you've got that weak arm guard. Here, get the armor. We'll give you the good arm guard. There we go. Good arm guard. We've also got... That's an accessory right there. It's got 2 with no resistances. Give him a combat boot. That'll work. We'll throw those up into the inventory. He's got a combat boot and work gloves. Elaine's got combat boots and work gloves. We've actually got a strong group going right now. I'm pretty pleased with the way things are. We could actually equip the rest of our group too if we needed to, and they'd be in really, really good shape. I think that that's going to be it for right now, though. And the other thing we need to look at is the possibility of character level ups. I try to check every like 3 or 4 episodes just to see if we've got anything that we can allocate. You don't get a lot of points in this game, but you do get some, so it's worth looking. I think with this one, I don't know if I was trying to push out towards the end of survival right now, or if I was going to go for negotiation. Melee's at the point where it's getting real expensive. But that is his forte, so... Negotiation. We can reduce daily food. Let's do that. Let's go with rationing, I think. And then we'll put the other points into... Yeah, we'll like equally distribute them between survival and melee. That's good. It'll increase his chances of hitting, and... Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. Has anybody else done anything interesting with their abilities? I don't think so. It's only been 35 minutes. I think after 8 hours, we're going to have the fence done here today. But we're almost at the end of the episode, so let's get our travel done so that at least in the next episode we can come back and do something interesting. Straight off the bat, just bink! Let that thing jump straight to the shortstop. Alright, so we're going to walk the 190 today. We haven't checked anything along the left-hand side right here, and that's because I think we walked this and nothing really happened. Oh, there's one right there. Menard Graveyard. I don't know how I feel about a graveyard. Seems a little foreboding right now. I think I'd rather avoid it for the time being. Kind of sucks when you have these days where you get nothing done, though. Like, it seems like there's a lot of locations until you have to, like, wander a really, really long ways to get there. And at that point, we need to, like, lock down a horse or something. We need to figure out some way to get this done. A little bit more efficiently, I guess. We'll go down to the junction here, but I don't think there was anything over here. Yeah, so on the way back, we'll hit the graveyard, and then we'll go back on up to the base. And that'll be what we've... Oh, we got apple trees. That'll take us 3 hours, and we'll leave it. We don't have time for right now. It'll take us 3 hours to harvest the apples, and then that'll put us at 7 o'clock. We get to there. I mean, we probably could have made it, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'm always going to be on the side of safe and careful rather than, you know, taking big risks. Let's have a look around right here. We only got a minute or 2 left, but I figure we could probably get some kind of scouting done, some kind of looting done. Anything, really. Alright, so some useful stuff right there. Check the garbage cans, as always. Okay, so some rotted food and some parts. That's going to become useful later on because our part supply is looking a little bit low because we had to fix the water system, which technically wasn't actually broken. We weren't sure if it was broken, and we were checking on it. I'm hoping that Davis will come back and report in the next little bit and let us know. 4 gallons of gas. At least we made up for our gas usage over the course of the day. You bash this thing real quick. Nathan. Now that I just kicked in his door, I'm worried he's going to try and kill me or something. It looks like we can't get through the front barricade, so he's actually been smart and he's made it so it's inaccessible. We'll go around the back. I have no problem kicking in a door. If all we get out of this, though, is like one survivor, a little bit worried about those sorts of things. Means we didn't bring much home today. The pickings are getting kind of slim. Got that. This door is open. Doesn't look like there's anybody else around here. It's going to be troublesome. We got a notepad on the desk. Help us get some work done. Swap places with you. Open that on up. It looks like we got a little storage thing over here. We'll grab some of that. Yes, sirree. Got a duffel with a bunch more stuff in it too. Some special items so that we can get people happy. Let's talk to Nathan. Hey, don't be alarmed. I'm not going to do anything, okay? Alright, so this might sound crazy, but I'm just so happy to see another face around here. Likewise. Man, it's been weeks since I've run into other human beings. I think it's the graveyard that scares them off, or maybe the church. For a while, I felt like I was the last man on earth. Is this your church? Me? Nah. Up until recently, I hadn't been in a church since I was in grade school, but it's out of the way, secure, and they had food stockpiled in donation boxes, so it was as good as anywhere, I guess. The shape my car was in, I was fortunate to even find a place like this. This town has been abandoned since I got here. I don't know where everybody went. Shelter, maybe? I don't even think people lived out here. I just got lost. Car had problems, and I managed to find this town. Tell you the truth, it's been kind of eerie. All these empty buildings and streets. I'm not even from Texas. I wound up here by a string of bad luck. Really didn't want to die in a place like this. You too, huh? Man, I know exactly how you feel. Crazy times, huh? So, what's your story? Have you been hiding out, or is this my lucky day and you're part of a search party? Kinda. I'm from a shelter in Splendid. You interested in getting out of here? For real? You'll take me with you? Man, I hope this ain't a dream again. I don't know where the hell Splendid is, but it already sounds like a nicer place than this. Let's get out of here. Man, that feels good to say. Anything worth taking in the town? I picked it pretty clean and there wasn't much to begin with. Got a few supplies left here, but that's about it, and I don't mind sharing. You know what? Got caught up in the moment there. You don't even know my name. I'm Nathan Harris, and boy, is it good to meet you. It's good to meet you too, Nathan. Follow me. Alright, well, there's another survivor at least. That's good. Finding people, making sure stuff's working out. I will check this car over here because I never went this far down the road, but I guess that's going to be the end of the episode for us. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the next episode of Dead State. I look forward to seeing you in future episodes. Hi, do everybody, and I will see you all there.